Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use the UK Dual Vocal Preset Pack 3rd edition stock plugin FL Studio version. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the preset pack is completely free. Check out the link in the description. Go and check it out. So once you've downloaded it, of course, you extract the zip file, and this is what you get. Okay, so you've noticed there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 preset like FST files, FL Studio preset files. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you there's 2 ways you can go about using this preset pack, okay? You can use it for mixing and you can also use it for recording. I'm going to be showing you both of those ways and showing you right now, okay? So the first way I'm going to show you is when mixing, okay? So I'm going to show you how I would go about, let's say for example, I'm going to mix a track. I'm going to show you guys how I would go about actually using this, okay? So the first thing, of course, is I would import the preset pack into FL Studio, okay? So your FL Studio will probably look something like this, okay? Like you have this view browser on the left here. The easiest way to actually install it is by actually dragging. Like you can actually just drag all of this and then drag it here, okay? And after it will create its own folder. I've already done it here, so it's called UK Dual Vocal Preset Pack 3. Okay, you just drag the folder and then everything is there, okay? Then you don't need to actually go about doing something like this, dragging it here, then into there, okay? Once everything is in FL Studio, it's easy, okay? So what I'll do, one of the first things I'll do is actually import them into the mixer itself, okay? So you could just actually start importing things like this, the beats, the lead vocals, the vocal bus, the vocal dubs, the ad-libs, and of course we have something called the delay send and the reverb send, okay? And we have the master bus, okay? So that's as easy as it is to actually import everything. Then once you go about whatever you're doing, like mixing and recording, you can just route everything into the channels, okay? Since this is the first one is mixing, we're going to bring in a multi-track, a vocal multi-track, and I'm going to show you how to actually go about actually now using it, okay? So let's do that now. I'm going to bring in a vocal multi-track. Alright, here I've imported a vocal multi-track into the FL Studio project file here. And first of all, let's play the track. But before we play the track, we're going to unmute or mute the effects, okay, enabled on the master, because if we play it right now, you'll see that the master, let me show you an example.
Good stuff, yo, cool.
It's already, the master effects are applied. So I'm going to try just mute it so that you can see how everything sounds like with no effects on the multi-track. Then I'm going to organize it and show you how to actually go about applying this preset pack.
Good stuff, yo, cool. Is that you in the mix?
Switch. Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a back row with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim. What do?
Leave him victimized, all man's tea leave it liquefied. I told bro tap that at his knowledge, who would've knew that it hit the side.
Okay, let's play it from here.
Don't bust, I won't leave till one of them chucked. See me up, man, tell them man dust. Yeah, it's really her back that she bucks. Wait, how many mans got bucked? Him. Trust me, the list is fucked. Run up on guys when I see guys duck.
Orders got smoke, TNT. Use that, don't let police know shit.
Okay, so now we've got our vocal multi-track available, or whatever track you have ready to mix. Now we can actually go about attaching or applying these presets, okay? Remember, because we imported everything into the mixer already, all we need to do is essentially get these tracks here and actually import them or assign a mixer channel to it, okay? So it's as simple as actually just clicking each channel, right? And after just dragging it into the corresponding file. In this situation, I've got 3 artists. So what I'm going to do is create 3, like the simplest way to do it, let's say for example just artist 1, okay? The simplest way to just do it is to route it into the lead vocals, okay? Just like that, okay? And then do something, and then once you play it,
Don't bust, I won't leave.
it gets routed there. Because I got 3 artists, what I'm going to do is actually just create other channels for the artists themselves. So I'm going to right click artist 1, okay, artist 2, then artist 3, right? And then 1, 2, 3, I'm going to press Control Shift and highlight each of these, and then press right click here into the lead vocals, route to this track only, okay? Now I know, okay, 1, 2, 3 is routed into lead vocals, so I can just route that into the corresponding channels now. Number 8, artist 2, number 9, artist 3, number 10, just like that, okay? And I'm gonna kind of skip the other process now. I'm just gonna route the beat into the beats, and route everything else, the ad-libs into the ad-libs, vocal dubs into vocal dubs. Okay, and these effects one, I'm just going to route them into the ad-libs for now. I'm going to route my mix tag to the ad-libs as well. intro effects. I'm gonna review that to ad-libs, okay? Okay.
Don't bust.
Okay, so now everything is kind of routed automatically. Of course, what I usually tend to like to do is clean up the mixer, mixer project itself, okay? But what I'm going to show you now is, as everything's routed now, we're going to mainly just focus on this mixer channel, on the mixer, right? Okay? So now,
Don't bust.
if I play something, if I play the actual track now, this is how it sounds like with the mixer applied, and let's enable the masters. Now we can actually hear how everything sounds like, just without actually altering anything, but just how the preset sounds like. So let's play it.
Don't bust. I won't leave till one of them shocked. See me up when I turn man dust. Yeah, it's really her back that she bucks. Wait, how many man got bucked? Him. Trust me, the list is fucked. Run up on guys when I see guys duck.
Orders got smoke, TNT. Use that, don't let policemen see. Use that, do that, hop out and move, man. Juice, man, do it, we see them scream. When the beef gets real, don't DM me on the gram. Put my phone on DND like BMT. If I see them G's, then I'll pack this out and then free them ski.
Okay, so you can see how amazing actually it sounds like right off the bat. Of course, when using this preset pack, or even when using any other presets, you ought to make adjustments anyway, because it's there to kind of give you a starting base, a good sound right off the bat when mixing or when recording. Okay, so now we kind of see, okay, it sounds kind of decent. Let's play it again from, let's even play it from the intro.
Yo, where you at, cuz?
Man's around the corner still.
Jeez, Crash, where you at?
See, everything sounds very good. I'm going to kind of break down each of these channels now, show you. The master bus has the master bus compression, which basically is a fruity limiter, and I've organized and I've labeled everything and colored everything so that way you can see what's actually going on. Okay, so if you don't want master bus compression, then you can just disable this. If you don't want an EQ sweetener, disable this. If you don't want the limiter, disable this, and you can add any of your own effects. On the beat, there's nothing on the beat. You can feel free to add anything on the beat. The vocal bus, we have a de-esser. De-esser is basically this fruity multiband compressor which compresses the high end. Essentially, that's all it's doing. Okay. And it has EQ, which first EQ is to clean up the vocals itself. Okay, as you can see, this compressor here is as a glue, it acts as a glue. It glues everything together on the vocal bus. Then I added one more EQ here, and this EQ is more like a surgical EQ. Of course, it really depends on the context of the vocals, so you will need to go into each of these effects or tools, you know, and actually change it up a bit depending on your vocal. Okay, okay, lead vocal, we have a compressor as a first compressor. This is a fruity compressor to kind of smooth out the vocals. Then we add this EQ that cuts out the low end, because usually what I've noticed, my experience of mixing and mastering, a lot of the vocals, the low end is always being cut out. Okay, that's that there. Then also have this compressor which balances out the vocal. Okay, so I compressed it for a smooth compressor with the fruity compressor. Then I'm using another compressor, which is the fruity limiter, as the compressor to kind of balance it out. Okay, and of course you can always adjust the threshold and the ratio to kind of give it less compression and whatnot, and the attack and release. Okay, that's the lead vocal. The vocal dubs, I have like this is the first EQ that I use for the vocal dubs, which is an EQ which gives me bright dubs, bright vocal dubs. Okay, reason why it's bright is because much of the lower end is kind of actually eliminated, and it gives a brighter sound. Instead of actually boosting frequencies, it's better to cut if you want a certain sound. Okay, that's what this EQ is doing here. Then Ozone Imager 2, this plugin is a free plugin. Check out the link in the description as well. You can go and get it. This, you don't actually have to use this, but I like to use it. So if you're wondering, hey, what's this plugin? It's not in FL Studio. You can go and download it. It's free. It works wonders. Okay. Then after Ozone Imager 2, I use this compressor as a glue. This compressor glues the vocal dubs together. Okay, that's what's that there. Then the ad-libs itself, ad-libs, like the EQ for the ad-libs, this is a typical type of ad-lib EQ, right? And then we have the compressor which compresses the ad-libs kind of hard. Okay. Now you're probably wondering, what are these two things here? Delay send and reverb send. This here is something kind of new to even just when I'm adding. It's something different to the vocal preset packs as of late, right? So essentially what it is instead of me adding the delay and the reverb, especially on the individual channels, like before it used to be on the vocal bus and whatnot, I think it's time to actually go about doing it this way. So essentially the delay send, if you want ad-libs if you want delay on the ad-libs, all you need to do is click on the ad-libs and then press this button, left click, okay? Left click, and then after it routes to this delay send. This delay send and reverb send isn't routed into the vocals bus. It's routed straight into the master, okay? So it has its own, so essentially when you use this, you send a signal from one of these blue ones, right? Or you can do it from the red one, wherever, and have to actually route it into the delay send, and it will give it some delays, okay? So let's solo the ad-libs so we can actually hear what's actually being played, okay? First and foremost, in fact, this wasn't, okay, so this is supposed to be 1, 2, it's supposed to be routed into here. Okay, so I'm gonna right click, route to this track only. Okay, even this one's supposed to be route to this track only. So let's actually hear how everything sounds like when it's rooted to this track only, because I think we made that mistake there.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim.
Leave him victimized, poor man's tea, leave it liquefied. I told bro tap that is knowledge, who would've knew that it hit the side.
Okay, so that's that there. So now if we wanted to add some delay or reverb to the ad-libs and to any other thing, we can do it this way. This should be the easiest way because it's already, the preset is already there for you. Okay, so to do that, press the ad-libs, left click here, so it sends a signal to the delay bus. Then after, if we play it automatically now, I just solo the ad-libs as well. You can see if I mute the delay send, just wait for it. You see a dry signal goes to the vocal bus, and then another signal also goes to delay send, and on the delay send itself, the fruited delay, the wet value is 100% wet. So we're not going to be hearing per se a dry signal per se. Okay, these are the settings for the delay, fruited delay 3 as well. Okay, then also has the pancake 2, which basically pans left and right. That's what I like to do, especially with ad-lib, but I did it here on the delay send. Okay, it gives you much more flexibility at times. Okay, so this is how it sounds like. Let's continue playing the ad-libs. Okay, and then also on the delay send, I added this gain effect. So for example, if you want to kind of turn up the volume of the delay itself, you can just use this filter compressor and then use the gain, increase the gain or decrease the gain, or you compress it, whatever you want to do, but I just left everything else the same. Then I did a bit of EQ in here. Okay, so that's essentially what I've done there. And okay, so that's that there. So the ad-libs itself, if you want to reduce the amount of delay on the ad-libs itself, all you need to do is adjust this button here. Okay, so let's kind of do that. This thing here. If I want little, I just go little. So you can hear it in the background, it's small. Let's play it on here.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
Damn.
So let's do that again if you want more.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
Damn.
Just like that, okay? And then adjust it, of course, within context with everything else in the mix. So let's kind of do that.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on
The mix.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim.
Leave him victimized, poor man's tea, leave it liquefied. I told bro tap that is knowledge, who would've knew that it hit the side.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim.
Leave him victimized, poor man's tea, leave it liquefied. I told bro tap that is knowledge, who would've knew that it hit the side.
Trust, I made it with a don't bust. I won't be till one of them's yucked. See me up when it's.
And that's how it sounds like. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Okay, now let's look at the reverb send. Okay, the reverb send, you could also do the same thing. Like if you want ad-libs, you want the ad-libs to have reverb, you can do that. But this one is specifically created so that way you can actually cater and do specific parts to the actual reverb and delay itself. So in this instance, what I'll do in this mix, I'll actually add reverb to the lead vocal. Not so much the vocal dubs, maybe a little, but mainly on the lead vocal here, okay? So essentially that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to solo the lead vocal and also enable these ones so that we actually hear the vocal, the lead vocal and whatnot. And after what we're going to do is the lead vocal, we're going to press this button, no, not this one, on the reverb one, press this button, left click, and then it roots it. So now, without it actually first, it's like this. Wait for it.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right.
Okay, so now let's play it with the reverb now.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's. Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
Okay, let's kind of show you what's the reverb on the effect on the reverb send or bus. Okay, this is the fruity reverb. Basically, the wet value is 100%, dry signal down, decay kind of large, and it's kind of like a large whore type of sound. Okay, to reduce the reverb itself, just kind of make sure this mix value is low. Okay, so I'm just gonna reduce it.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim.
All I want to do is make sure that there's some reverb there, some space. It gives us some space. That's essentially what I'm doing there.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy.
Okay, now let's play with the vocal dubs and ad-libs and see how everything sounds like.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this. I'm on a better rule with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it right as I hit the guy and try turn man victim.
Leave him victimized, poor man's tea, leave it liquefied. I told bro tap that is knowledge, who would've knew that it hit the side.
The reason why I'm not adding it straight onto the vocal bus because I kind of only want the reverb to be on the lead vocal and not so much on the vocal dubs. I want to kind of maintain that dryness of the vocal dubs. That way it can actually punch through the vocal mix. And that's essentially what I'm doing. Okay, now you're probably wondering, how come you didn't create, in a sense, how come you only created one lead vocal for each artist? Because that's up to you now. Now, what you need to do, depending, because most people you just may just have one artist, okay? So if you do have multiple artists, create another track here, route it into the lead vocal. So what I'm gonna do here is just bring this over to where it says okay, how did I do that? Let me kind of go back, okay? So I Control Shift, highlight all of them, Alt, left, 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 until it gets to this bit here. I'm gonna right click, change the color. Let's change the color to about a different color so we can identify this is lead vocal. Or the artist 3, okay? 3 artists, okay? Now we can see artist 1, artist 2, artist 3 into this lead vocal, okay? And then for each artist, because usually what I recommend is you create channels for each artist because every artist is different, has a different voice, okay? So in this instance, what you could do is add like a different effect, like different type of EQ, different type of compression for each artist, okay? And that's the way to go forward.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this, I'm on a better.
So in this instance, I'll also go to artist 1, press EQ, parametric EQ 2.
Jump out, push pedal back, let's swing this, I'm on a better roll with a kitchen.
It's a kitchen knife, I might swing it.
And just adjust it as you need to. But right now, I think it sounds good and sounds kind of balanced overall, okay? So that's how everything sounds like there. On the master bus itself, I think this is kind of sweet how I did this thing here and colored everything else as well, so you can actually identify what's actually going on, okay? On the master bus, if your track is not loud enough, essentially all you need to do is go to the limiter. So even if you're a beginner and you downloaded this preset pack, I think it'll work wonders for you when it comes to mixing and mastering. Okay, so that is the mixing side of things. I'm going to now show you the recording side of things.